Welcome to Vinex Studio. Let's start making games. Hi and welcome to the fifth part of AR tutorial series. In the last session, we saw how to scale the object that we have placed using AR raycast. In this session, we'll see how to stop plane detection after the object is placed and also stop the raycast. This will help your game's performance because raycasting and plane detection take up a lot of computational power. And since we already placed our object, we don't need to detect more planes. Now it's a good practice to remove or switch off whatever feature that is not required so that all the computational power can be used for your game. So we'll be using the same script from our last session. So if you have not seen our previous parts, please go and watch part 1 to part 4 before starting with this tutorial. So we are doing plane detection and placing the object using a script called raycast script. So let's open the script for editing. Now in the script, we are already getting the raycast manager. We also need the AR plane manager. So let's say AR plane manager. We'll call this AR plane man. Okay. So now we have both our raycast manager and the plane manager. So we have to get our AR plane manager. So let's say equal to get component AR plane manager. Okay. Now this is the if statement where we are raycasting and placing our first object. And once the object is placed, we don't need to raycast or we don't need to detect future planes. So we'll just disable AR rayman, that is our raycast manager, dot enabled equal to false. And similarly, we are going to say AR plane man dot enabled equal to false. So now this will stop my raycast manager and my plane manager, but whatever plane is already detected will still remain. They will not get disabled. So we'll have a plane with the object that we have spawned on it. So now let's go back to Unity. Now as we have seen in our previous tutorials, the default plane's texture is not that good. So I'm going to replace that plane texture with a wood texture so that it looks nice. So let's select our prefab. This is our AR plane prefab. And if you go to the inspector window and go to the mesh renderer, you will see the material elements here. So you can replace this material with the custom texture that you have. So I have replaced it with the wood texture. So my plane will look like a wood now. So with this, we are ready to build and deploy. So let's save the scene and let's click on build and run. So let's start the app. Let me move around. It is detecting plane and converting that to the wood texture, and I have placed my cube. So after I place my cube, the raycast and the plane detections are disabled. So as you can see, there are no new planes detected even if I move around. So let's move around a little bit more. Okay, so everything looks good. So now my app is able to detect planes and change the default plane texture to wood texture. And when I place the object, it no longer detects new planes, and the raycast is also disabled. Thank you and see you in the next tutorial. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share.